Our tensions are boiling over in the Taiwan Strait after Beijing authorities announced targeted military drills in several areas around the island. They've described the exercises as, quote, necessary and justified following Ms. Pelosi's visit to Taiwan, a territory China does consider its own. Warships and jets have been spotted in waters and skies near Taiwan and include the firing of long-range ammunition in the Taiwan Strait. Taipei says the maneuvers violate UN rules, invade its territorial space and pose a direct challenge to free air and sea navigation. But China insists its drills have yet to cause any issues related to freedom of navigation. It says Ms. Pelosi's actions were a clear violation of China's sovereignty and territorial integrity. State media reports the drills will continue until Sunday. And CNA's Olivia Siong joins us live from Beijing. Now, Olivia, China talking tough. Any details on any other measures apart from what we've heard so far? So that's drills and some export bans.
Well, what we do know is that China's Foreign Minister Wang Yi, who is in Cambodia for ASEAN-related meetings, made it very clear that it views Ms. Pelosi's trip to Taiwan. It called it a farce and saying that those who play with fire will perish by it and that those who offend China will be punished. Now, China's Foreign Ministry here in Beijing at a daily briefing was asked, the spokesperson was asked what exactly this punishment could look like, but there was no straight answer from the spokesperson. Specifically, the spokesperson was asked whether sanctions would be put in place on Taiwan or Ms. Pelosi herself. But the only thing that the spokesperson would say is that China has made clear that it will do everything necessary to firmly uphold China's sovereignty and territorial integrity, and that China will do what it says, calling for patience for the details.
至于你关心的具体的反制措施，我可以告诉你的是，该有的都会有，有关措施将是坚决、有力和有效的。美方和台独势力他们会持续感受到的。
Now, China has also taken issue with how Ms. Pelosi has framed her visit as being one that's about upholding democracy. Instead, China said that it does not see this as that, but instead was a provocation and violation of China's sovereignty. Also saying that Ms. Pelosi's dangerous provocation purely aims to, quote, create personal political gain, and that this is completely an ugly farce that comes at the cost of the China-U.S. relationship and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Now, even though the U.S. has tried to explain that this is a visit that is not out of the norm, that there has been precedents for it, even though Ms. Pelosi is the highest ranking U.S. official to visit Taiwan since 1997, it's the U.S. trying to say that there's been no change to its policy on Taiwan, but China clearly not buying any of this.
Olivia, we're already hearing Japan coming out to say that Chinese drills are causing some concerns because they might encroach on Japan's exclusive economic zone. Oh, this is a practical concern, and leaving aside rhetoric, are concerns like these likely to affect how China, whether or not it continues holding drills like these?
Well, what we do know is that these military drills and the impact of Ms. Pelosi's visit, China has made clear is going to continue, even though she has left the island for her next destination. The military had announced just shortly after Ms. Pelosi landed in Taiwan last night that it would be conducting these military live fire drills from Thursday to Sunday. And the foreign ministry said that the Chinese military had to do this. It said that it could only speak in a language the U.S. and separatist forces in Taiwan, it said, could understand after repeated warnings that Ms. Pelosi should not visit Taiwan. But as you mentioned, Wei Su, the drills could be not just a warning to Taiwan or the U.S., but to Japan as well, which we know is a close ally of the U.S. Japan has also talked about upping its defense budget in light of increasing Chinese aggression, it says, towards Taiwan. China's response, this military drill, drawing parallels with the 1995-96 third Taiwan Straits crisis, where military drills were also conducted, but this time analysts are pointing out that the scale is much larger. And so Japan has raised concern that it's infringing on its exclusive economic zone, but China refuting this, saying it disagrees that it says that the lines have not been delineated by China and Japan in these waters. So potentially more issues to come.